Welcome back, ladies and gents, as today we jump straight into our doubleheader here on Football Manager. First of all, kicking things off with a little bit of bad news from the last episode. Jaden Williams, of course, picked up that injury and it ended up being a hamstring strain, keeping him out for 4 weeks. Although on the lower end it is 2 to 4 weeks, so hopefully he can get back in a couple of weeks and we can drag him back into more action. But there is a little bit of good news, or I should say disappointing news. It is good news in the sense of we have our youth intake. Unfortunately though, it's a rather dismal youth intake. We've got one singular player we will be looking at, and that is Nikolai Mcclellan. Okay, interesting name, Nikolai Mcclellan. Ball-winning midfielder. He's a defensive mid. As you can see, he can play anywhere from central midfield to centre-back and can even play a little bit on the right-hand side. 15 years of age, but how good is this guy? 1.5 star at the moment. And, well, you know what? That's pretty good. I like it. He's got solid work rate at 16, solid determination. He does like flair. He cannot throw a ball. He can't cross. So he's definitely not going to be playing as a right back. He's definitely not going to be anywhere near the wings. He can't finish. So he's definitely not going to move up to the cam spot. And he probably isn't going to be in that central midfielder spot. But as a ball-winning defensive midfield player who maybe can even play as a centre-back. How are you as a centre-back, my friend? As a centre-back, he lacks a little bit of composure. 8 on his composure and 6 on his marking. But he is 15 years of age. 8 on his strength and pace as well. But you know what? He could work on a few of these and be a reasonable player. I don't think he's going to be playing for us necessarily as a centre-back. But he might be able to do something down at our level and the level below going forward. But why am I going to history? I don't know, because he doesn't have a history. He's just come in. But I think he could be pretty damn solid going forward. As a ball-winning midfielder, though, we might be able to use him. We do need to get his marking up. But that is our singular youth candidate. I will, of course, bring you back if we've got any more news. But if not, I'll see you in that first game. Okay, so this is a surprise little bit of news. We've randomly received some offers for Chaka Zimba. Now, as you can see, his transfer value is 220 grand. That is because we agreed to sell him if someone would meet that valuation. No one has meeting that valuation. As you can see, the offers are coming in at 64,000 with 87 being what it might raise to, 32,000 and 51,000 raising to 70. So hopefully he doesn't get upset when I reject every one of these, but I will of course let you know how we get on with that, and I will bring you back if we have any more news. So I'll see you fine folks in a second. Okay, ladies and gents, with it being a double header, we are going to whiz through these screens rather quickly. As you can see, it's poor pitch condition here today. 7,500 roughly out of the 8,500 capacity. We are, of course, facing second from bottom. By the way, they did manage to beat Rotherham last time out. I believe it was last weekend, guaranteeing Rotherham relegation, but we can return the favour if we can beat them here today. It's a drizzly 10 degrees Celsius and calm. We are, of course, going to apply the opposition instructions. Positive to attacking. I might do that if we are struggling to score, but right now we are going with our usual lineup of Prisbeck, Fleming, Shipley, Adipan and Titov. In central midfield is Rowley and Goss. On the wings is Lubala. Chadwick, of course, coming in for Williams. Pedder sitting behind Vokes because he's coming in for Berahino, who had a rough game last time. Hopefully Vokes picks it up in this one. Substitutes are Adigoki, Jenkinson, Jackson, Allen, Gibbs, Berahino and Zimbaye. I apologise for the gassiness. Now, as you can see, Williams out injured, probably going to be out injured for the rest of the season, as we previously mentioned with that hamstring. But if you can come back in a couple of weeks, hopefully you can get back for that QPR game. Billy Chadwick there. As you can see, Chadwick and Pedder coming in for Berahino and Williams. And tactically, things have gone down rather nicely. So, cracking on with this, they've got one change to the lineup. We are going to get quickly into this though. Pump fists. The fans expect to win. Don't let them down. You know what? Let's get assertive. Enjoy the match. We're favourites and should be win this. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. Make sure we do. Pedder's down for that. Shipley's down for that. It's made Jenkinson nervous, who's sitting on the bench, so I don't know why he's nervous. I'm not asking of anything of him unless he gets substituted on. But Titov right now will throw it into Pedder less than 5 minutes into this one. Goss whips it in. Vokes. Oh, that would have been a lovely time to get a goal. Shipley's going to get there. Plays it out to Fleming. Fleming up to Pedder. Pedder edge of the area. Gets it back. He plays it into Vokes. 1-2 with Vokes. Gets it back to Pedder. Goss from range. Oh! Cracked off the crossbar. Not a bad opening couple of minutes. Let's keep that going for the rest of the game, lads. Admittedly, technically it was not on target, but 3 shots so far. 2 on target right now. Okay, 4. We are going to work the ball into the box. Oh, yes. Thank you, game. You moved it out of my way. Made me have to attempt to click it again. Lubala over to Vokes though. Plays back to Pedder. Pedder short to Goss. That was a bit of a wasted pass to be honest. Rowley up to Vokes though. Finds Fleming. Fleming coming down this left hand side. Lubala does need to make a bit more space. Instead Fleming is closed down. And it's finally over to Lubala. Lubala inside to Pedder. Pedder. We've got a darting run by Chadwick though. Nice little run. Ball over the top to him. Chips the goalkeeper unfortunately though. He also chipped the entire goal, hitting the roof of the net with that one. And he's picked up an injury. It's an injury to Billy Chadwick. Also, I apologise if you can hear the squeaking in the background. Gibbs will come on for Chadwick, I think, is the plan there. What's wrong with Billy? Billy has potential foot injury. Okay. That's a rough one for us. Colchester, by the way, 1-0 up against Lincoln and Lubala. Game. Are you trolling me right now? It wasn't enough for Williams to get re-injured last episode. Chadwick has now got injured in this one. And 21 minutes in, we've got a second injury, this time to Lubala on the opposite wing. Game. Right, Berahino, get over there. Double first half injury. What is this? Bolton, by the way, 1-0 up against Wimbledon, thanks to Emerson. Huddersfield's also gone top of the league, and Portsmouth has dropped into that third place spot, currently 0-0 at Charlton. We, of course, have our double injury, and Huddersfield is 1-0 up against Wycombe. So, we are going to get attacking in this second half. We want to regain that top spot. We're going to demand more of these lads. Point the finger. I don't like what I saw from this team in the first half. Lubala, not sure why you're nervous. You have nothing to be nervous about. You're sat on the bench with an injury. Relax. You and Chadwick have a little cuddle, a little cry about how you're hurting so much, both physically and mentally from this match. Right now, though, they have possession with Pollock. Plays it into McWilliams. It's now over to Cavan. Lovely inception. Pedder now over to Berahino. Good job by Rowley to get that ball. Vokes, though, tries to chip the goalkeeper. Oh, come on, Vokes. Yes, he did exactly as Chadwick, except this time a little bit shorter. Drops below the bar, and ladies and gents, Vokes makes up for that terrible performance last time. He's on a 6.5 right now. He looked like he was going to have back-to-back struggles, and a little bit more good news. Wycombe has equalised, ladies and gents, over at Huddersfield. Come on. What a beautiful finish there from Samuel Vokes. But coming up substitution time. As Prisbeck goes to play it short to Adiapan. In fact, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with our third and final sub. Do we hold on to it? Do we hold on to it in case they injure a third player? What's the likelihood that Northampton, who are going to get relegated anyway, are going to injure a third player just to make our life more difficult? Well, Swift Conley at the moment, they are looking for an equaliser. Plays it back to Pollock. He's going to find Guthrie. Guthrie on the halfway line, up to Pollock. I wonder, I don't think it will be the Guthrie, but it might be. Who knows? Because he'll be quite old by now. Ball over to Vokes, though. Come on, Sam Vokes. 21st goal of the season. That was a nice little pass there from Pedder as well. But Vokes got himself a brace. Berahino with a 7.1 over on that wing. You know what? I miss Williams. We're going to miss Lubala. And Chadwick. Gibbs is okay with that. But, you know what? Berahino might be looking nice on that left-hand side. And right now, Peda is looking tired. So, with Berahino not being able to play in that middle, because he's probably going to have to play on the wing for us, unless, I've just realised, Brandon can go up to the left-hand side. We can bring Osu back. We could bring the Osu back. Right now, though, we just need to rest up Peda. And the plan there, we could take Rowley and move... You know what, Rowley, move up there. Alan can slide in for Peda. Rest up those players. That is our team. Unfortunately, Titov on a 6-5. We're going to have to hope he holds out, because he's not playing the greatest of games, but I think we should be okay, as we've currently regained top of the table. Huddersfield has managed to pull a second one back against Wickham, though that's a little bit disappointing. Portsmouth, though, is currently 0-0 against Charlton. Interesting game going on over there. Still can't believe we picked up a double injury in this first game. That is disgusting. But I am going to go over, thank the lads in the dressing room, and I will see you fine folks over for that second game. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to Wigan for our second game here today. It is a big one, of course, and there is another big game going on here today. Portsmouth is away to Wimbledon, so we will be keeping an eye on that one. And if I remember, we will also have a little look at how Huddersfield get on against Preston, because they don't play till tomorrow. So that's one we will have to have a little look at after our game, but that, of course, is down to if I actually remember to do it. Hopefully we can pick up a victory here today, put us in good stead. As you can see, I've applied the opposition instructions, and it's only about half capacity here today. Just under 13,000 tickets have been sold out of the just over 25,000 capacity. Very good pitch condition against 9th place Wigan, 10 degrees Celsius and calm. So the weather is a little bit better here today. In terms of our injuries, first of all, we will have a little look at Lubala. This was caused through a tackle. In fact, both injuries were caused due to tackles, and the first one to Lubala, 2 to 3 months out with a torn knee ligament. So we're not going to see any more Lubala in this season. He's of course going to come back towards the start of next. We then have Chadwick, which is a little shorter. Unfortunately, though, is a little less important. A twisted ankle for 2 to 4 weeks. He might be able to come back for that QPR game if he's nearer to the 2 than the 4. But our team for today has a few little tweaks. Like I said, Fleming will be going over to that left-hand side, moving further down the wing. Hopefully he can do a good job over there. Osu returning in at left-back in his place. Gibbs is covering over on the right-hand side. Peda stays in for Berahino, and our bench looks like this. Adigoki, Jenkinson, Jackson, Alan Campbell, Berahino and Zimba. And, of course, our starters remain the same for the rest of the lineup. As you can see, Osu, Peda and Gibbs are all lacking a bit of match sharpness, but tactically things have gone down rather nicely. So, hopefully, we can pick up a victory here today. They've got 2 changes to their lineup. They have Ben Amos, they have Aaron Ramsey, and they have Will Keane, a player I also recognise. Oh, and Max. Okay, Maximilian's on their bench as well. Okay, Pump Fists. Brandon should recognise a couple of them as well, but hopefully he can pull one over them here today as he makes his reunion, of course, with the Wigan lads. But right now we could potentially clinch the title here with a win, so I'm expecting nothing less. No, we're not going to put that pressure on them. We're going to tell the lads, show them that your recent praise is justified. Show them that it's justified. I'm going to have a nice sip of my orange juice. Titov again on a 6-6. I think that spot is probably where we're going to look to strengthen. He's on a 6-4 right now. Right back is probably our weakest area in terms of that defence. Adipan's amazing. Shipley, we really want to try and keep hold of. We probably won't be able to. We need to find cover for him. Brandon, probably our long-term left back over there. Central midfield, we've got a couple of old guys, but generally we are pretty darn strong. Wimbledon, by the way, 1-0 up against Portsmouth. Our game has been rather dull at 0-0. 0 shots out of 4 on target. They've only had 2. Admittedly, they've had 11 shots. We shouldn't really let them have 11 shots. But you know what? If Portsmouth is losing, I don't mind. I would like us to pick up a victory because, of course, Huddersfield can jump above us. But what we are going to do is get assertive. We simply have to be better in front of goal. At least start hitting the target more often. Okay, Goss. You know what, Goss? Goss, you've been okay. I'm not going to have a go at you. Keep going. You have the ability to go and make a difference. Go and prove it. Go and show them exactly how you can make a difference here today. Newport County, by the way, beating Northampton 1-0 and a 2-0 lead for Bolton. Also, there's been an injury to Portsmouth and Shrewsbury's 1-0 up against Crewe Alexander. Oh, the goals are flying in. Lincoln is now 1-1 after going 1-0 up in that one as well. Osu to Mac, now we're all good for now. What we really want to do is get Titov off. He's on a yellow card, a 6.3 rating. He is struggling. Also on 6.3 is Gibbs, so he is going off. Brandon, my friend, my homie, the one and only. What is going on with you right now? Berahino could go. I think what we do, I don't particularly like it, but I think we're going to have to do it, is that Berahino is going to have to come on for Brandon, who's having a rough time, and Jenkinson, who doesn't have the greatest of games, is going to have to come on for Titov, who's struggling. He's on a yellow card. Get him off. Well, let's. In fact, we're going to demand more, because we should be winning this game. We should definitely be winning this. A little disappointing that we haven't scored yet. We are up to the 70th minute, and in fact it looks like they have had the majority of this possession and are using it right now with Keane. It's played back to Williams on this left hand side, played inside to the power. He finds Aaron Ramsey, ball over the top. Don't let him get space. Please pressure him. Get back, Jenkinson, please. You're an experienced player. You're an experienced player. That did not look like an experienced player, Jenkinson. That did not. That definitely did not. Okay, so what is the plan here? You know what, Pedder? You can play on the... No, you can't. Okay. Who can play out on this wing? Osu can push up there. Not going to help. That's not going to help the situation. Berahino, I shouldn't have left on a winger as well. Inside port. Inside forward. Get on attack. We're going attacking. Lang with the header. Twigging up 1-0 in this one. This is looking good for Huddersfield fans. We're slipping up. Portsmouth slipping up. It's a ball in to Ramsey. Hopefully we can bounce back though. Ramsey with a ball over to Lang. Trying to get onto the end of it. Trying to get himself a brace here. He's going to go out wide instead though. Can he get himself a good cross? He's being pressured. It's played back. It's going to be played back inside though. Cousins, where's he going to go with this one? Inside to Ramsey. Ramsey back post. Haig. Free head. Ooh, he took it on the volley instead. Okay. Wigan dismantling us. Thankfully, second one being disallowed. But we need to go very attacking. We need to demand more. We need to go very attacking. We need to expect a lot better than what we are putting out right now. Wimbledon 2-0 up though. Come on, Wimbledon. Huddersfield sliding into that second place. It's ball over the top to Lecco. We've got to hope. We've got to hope Huddersfield slip up. Portsmouth's done it. We look to be doing it. Hopefully, Huddersfield sticks with the trend. Makes it a trio of teams at the top, all falling to losses. Lecco right now coming down this right-hand side. It's a ball whipped in, nodded away. Rowley, can we get a goal back? Make ourselves feel a little better about how things have gone here today. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like they might get a third one instead. Lecco, yeah. Is he onside? I think he might be. I think he might just be on. Well, we got ourselves a win. We're now getting ourselves dismantled by Wigan. We are going to drop back to a positive instead of being very attacking just in case we concede more goal. Preserve a little bit of our goal difference going into these latter games. Titov, that's not good enough from any of you. Brandon, Gibbs, Titov, Vokes, Rowley, Pedder, Berahino, Goss, Allen, Jenkinson, Osu, literally Shipley, Adiapan, Prisbeck did okay, but really it was just our centre backs. that even turned up for this game. So let's head on into the dressing room. I don't like what I saw. We're going to get assertive. Don't like what I saw. That was poor. Absolutely dismal across the board. Let's head on over to tomorrow. As you can see, easy victory. Shrewsbury has secured a playoff spot. That's nice for them. But how is Huddersfield going to get on in their game? Let's go forward just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more. Come on. Come on. We want the Huddersfield game. Please. There we go. Fixture list. And Huddersfield versus Preston has ended. Please have lost. Please have lost. Come on, Preston! 2-1 victory for Preston, ladies and gents. We slipped up. Portsmouth slipped up. But guess what? Huddersfield also slipped up. So we are currently top of the league, 88 points. But 1 point behind is Huddersfield, of course. And 1 point behind them is Portsmouth. It is getting very interesting going into that last game of the season. And as you can see, QPR has slipped to 5th. The team who, of course, we shall be meeting in the next one. But I thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.